A defense attorney stood before a French judge in 1750, arguing for the life of his client. His client was a donkey, facing the death penalty for bestiality. This actually happened. Jacques Ferrand had been caught having sexual relations with a female donkey in a small French town. Under the law at the time, both the human and the animal were to be burned alive at the stake. No exceptions. Both guilty, both sentenced to death. But then something unprecedented occurred. The donkey got a lawyer, and that lawyer wasn't going down without a fight. He argued that the donkey was a victim of violence, not a willing participant in the crime. He needed proof, character witnesses, for a farm animal. So he went to the church. The prior of the local convent drafted an affidavit. He gathered signatures from the most respected citizens of the town. These weren't jokes. These were sworn legal statements, submitted to the court. The document described the donkey as virtuous and well-behaved. It stated she had never caused scandal, that she was known in word and deed and in all her habits of life as a most honest creature. Townspeople testified she was gentle around the church, that her character was beyond reproach. They were vouching for the moral standing of a donkey in a capital murder trial. The court reviewed the evidence. They deliberated on the donkey's character. They made their ruling. Jacques Ferrand was burned at the stake as planned, but the donkey walked free, fully acquitted, legally exonerated of all charges based on the testimony of her character witnesses. She was declared innocent, a victim. This wasn't symbolic mercy. This was a binding legal verdict in a legitimate court of law. The donkey had better legal representation than most humans of that era. She had a documented defense strategy. She won. Records show this wasn't even unusual. Hundreds of animal trials occurred throughout medieval Europe. Pigs were tried for murder. Rats were summoned to court. Insects were formally excommunicated. But this case stands out because the animal actually beat the charges. A donkey received justice in a system that burned humans alive for the same act. Her name was never recorded. Neither was her lawyer's. But somewhere in 1750 France, a four-legged defendant walked out of a courtroom while her co-accused burned, and the court called it justice.